Hello, this is the sentencing for Madeline Soto's case. His name is Stephan Stern. So this is his, he already had his plea hearing and now this is his sentencing. Live. Fair use, fair use.
To hear that anguish and fury from your actions. As to first-degree premeditated murder of Madeline Soto, you are adjudicated guilty and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. As to the capital sexual battery of Madeline Soto while she was under the age of 12, for each count you are sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. For the sexual battery of Madeline Soto between the ages of 12 and 18, you are adjudicated guilty and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The lewd and lascivious molestation of Madeline Soto are sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. These sentences will run concurrently, meaning at the same time. The state of Florida has withdrawn their notice of intent to seek the penalty of death. These are the maximum sentences permitted to the court. Each case will have court costs that will be reduced to a civil judgment.
That's 2024 CF 632. Court costs are $11,163.
Hey Sikkim, how are you?
CF 1293, $666.
Court incorporates the addendum to the plea form as to each plea in 2024 CF 632 and 2024 CF 1293.
Fair use, fair use.
Not announced. You are adjudicated guilty as counts 1 through 8, 24 CF 632. State any further sentencing considerations?
I'm good, and the family's good as well.
Count 14 through count 20 in 24 CF 632, the court sentenced to life in prison. There is a 25-year minimum mandatory with that as well. The state also provided the court with a score sheet which encompasses counts 9 through 20. It includes penetration and contact points as well. A copy of that has been provided to defense as well and the court. I haven't been made aware of any corrections or additions or subtractions.
Do not have a copy of this.
Thank you for coming through. I just have one question. Was she pregnant when she was unalived? Because the mom said that she wasn't using her monthly products, if you know what I mean, like Kotex, tampons, whatever it is that she was using for her, her monthly, her menstrual. Her mom said she was not using them. So that's a sign of something. Not 100%, but allegedly, I'm thinking she possibly might be. She might have been pregnant when she was unalive, y'all. Yeah, I know. I have a video getting ready to come up on that. He drowned, you guys. He drowned. That's sad. He's talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner. He passed. He drowned on his trip. Hey, Benny.
You have the right to appeal the judgment and sentences of the court. If you wish to do do so, you must do so in writing within the next.
He's
30
getting
days.
life without parole.
For an attorney will be appointed for you.
I don't even think he should have got out of getting unalive because,
Legality of
ex-
the sentence itself.
the DP, if you know what I'm talking about, the D penalty, because he did what he did, and he's like, no contest? Like, that's crazy. You're still not admitting to what you did, and they know you did it. We all know you did it.
Anything else?
And look, allegedly, I think the mom knew. I have to say allegedly, but I really think she did know what was going on. She allowed this man to get into bed with her daughter, like her baby daughter. That's crazy work.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's crazy.
I agree that it's not fair that Madeline is not here anymore.
So this is him speaking, y'all.
I still have a hard time contemplating a world where she's not around. A world which feels less vibrant and less colorful than
Don't nobody care what he say, though.
I've prayed to God countless times to trade places with her, to take me instead. But unfortunately, that's just not how he works. I have nothing but sorrow for her loss. And I miss her all the time. Her passing has torn me and my family apart as well. And she truly was a joy. I pray to God that she is in heaven and that he's taking good care of her.
Fair use.
And I hope she gets to join the choir because she had a beautiful voice. I'll miss her all the time. I'll never not honor her memory. And I apologize for all the pain.
Hey, new swag.
Anything further, defense? Conclude or plea in sentencing hearing. Will be in recess.
That's crazy. Oh my God, I am so tired of these people. Hey, Fabian, how are you? Okay, so they're going to have commercial. So I'm going to be showing you guys the fan, but I'll be talking to you guys. But this case really ticked me off, y'all. It really, really ticked me off.
Because all I could hear in all of that was, other than I apologize for all the pain, there was absolutely no accountability.
None. No accountability at all.
To first-degree murder.
Oh my God, this guy here. You guys look, he trips me out every time he gets on here with these faces he makes.
Well, he's been told by his counsel.
Oh, he unalived, the one that just showed walking out with his orange outfit. He unalived the girl, Madeline Soto. And I, myself, allegedly they saying the mom didn't, they didn't say if she knew or not. But I feel like allegedly she did know what happened. She allowed this pervert right here, this sick son of a gun with pictures and all kinds of stuff. Pictures of other girls as well, and perverted pictures. And she allowed him to get in her daughter's bed. I was like, I am so done with these parents that are allowing these strangers into their kids' lives. Yeah, I'm sorry for the family as well. I don't know about the mother because I really think she has something to do with it. I really do. I'm sorry, allegedly. We have to say allegedly because we can get in trouble if we don't, but allegedly.
He is getting fingerprinted. That is now the convicted killer. The judge did find him guilty of the first-degree murder as well as the multiple counts of sexual battery. He is standing there getting his fingerprints. Madeline, one of the things I want to talk about is the death penalty because I want viewers to understand how it has to work.
No, they should have gave him that. They should have gave him the DP for real, for real. He took her life. They should take his. I'm sorry.
Was life in prison without parole, and the court commented on all of the anguish and fury by the families, by the community. He gave him the max sentence, but he avoided death. Was that a good deal, so to speak, for Stephan Stern?
For Stephan Stern, it was the best he could have possibly done. And it's frustrating to those of us who are listening.
Hello, G0R3, how are you?
It's almost as if he thinks he was the victim. lamenting her death and her loss. And obviously, as I guess if he's a big no contest, he's saying maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But he's the one who caused it, as determined by the court and certainly by the court.
Yeah, he's guilty.
And so that's the best.
And then he got nerve to be like, no contest? So he's not admitting to what he did? But he did it, y'all.
I have to ask you, Josh, I think that part of the reason
Like, how do you have no contest
multiple counts of sexual battery
to something you did and you've been accused of it? He's being charged with it and he's guilty.
may not have had the same type of evidence, but I really am bothered when he actually pled guilty to sexual battery and then describes her in ways like, oh, she was truly a joy. I'm really going to miss her. Well, you're a perpetrator of sexual abuse on a child, including under the age of 12.
I understand what you're saying. Hey, SP
It sounds like, oh, she
4494, how are you?
no, you were the boyfriend of the mother who abused her sexually.
Oh, well, let's just rip that bandage off and go, it's the brain of a criminal. It's the brain of
And the part that I want, like, they have not mentioned, they haven't, like, given us an affirmative answer to it. But I think she was
sexual relations.
pregnant when she was unalived.
There's not really big questions about
And I think that had part of, I think that's part of the reason why he did what he did.
behavior to be accepted. So
I'm just saying, that sounds like a motive to me if she was, allegedly.
violate the law in one of the most dramatic and
Hello from North Korea, PDR, how are you?
very little pathway forward once some of these actions have been established.
So, like the mom, she's like interviewing the mom, and the mom said
I'm gonna argue
she has not been using her monthly products, for her menstrual.
even though the state is
So, what could it be? Why would she not have her monthly if she wasn't pregnant, right? Or did she have a medical issue? I'm just saying, allegedly.
someone exercising their constitutional rights, something we shouldn't hold against them. Why? Because this gentleman saw that if he chose to exercise those rights, the state was going to then go after its full rights, including the ability to stick a needle in his arm. And that wasn't something he was willing to accept, so he did the right thing. He accepted responsibility. Yes, the no contest. It's frustrating, but really it's almost a throwaway because justice was delivered to the people of Florida.
Yeah, justice was delivered, but he pleaded in no contest. That's crazy.
Him concurrently for every charge to life in prison without
I think they had one not that long ago.
coming up next.
Not here.
Cody Thomas will join us. He is in Florida on the ground. He's
Yeah, if you're talking about because my phone is shaking, yeah, no, it's not an earthquake. It's just me moving around. Sorry. I should have had it on the little handle. What you call it. Okay, so this is another thing that I'm going to be talking about. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but hold on. Let me mute this before they catch me on. There we go. Okay, and that's another case that's crazy out in this world. The one that unalived those 4 teens. Yeah. His name is Brian Colbert. I talk about him on a video. But yeah, so basically, I'm going to be showing y'all this. Because they have a commercial on and I'm not getting copyright. Okay. So basically, I hope you guys are not going to get dizzy looking at it, though. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so basically, that situation with the, not Brian, yeah, the Brian, no, I'm sorry, this is how I feel about it, though. This is my feelings. Okay, so they're calling it the honor unaliving. Attempted, okay? The father attempted and the mother didn't, the mother helped. She put her hand in it as well. And the reason why I don't think it was an honor unaliving at that moment, I don't think it was like something he set to happen. He caught his daughter with a guy at school, her boyfriend, actually, it's her boyfriend. And they're from Iran, they're Iranians. And let me see, are you something like a detective? Oh, I do some detective work, yes. Okay, so basically what happened was, okay, so there, I could show that. Okay, there, instead of the fan. Because that's going to be them talking about it. I don't know if there's going to be another, I think that should be it. Nope, there's another commercial, y'all. Anyway, so basically, I feel like if it was an honor unaliving or an attempted unaliving, they wouldn't have done it in public. They would have did it privately. They would have tried to do something like that to her privately. They don't do it publicly. They're Muslims. What does that mean? SCP 4494. What do you mean by that? They're Muslims. Enough said. Oh, because okay, yeah. Basically, yeah. So they are Muslims. Right. So they have rules. They want them to marry somebody out of their they did this in public. Yeah, they actually did it at her school. They did the attempted unaliving at the school. She was out there with her boyfriend, and he was like calming her down because the dad was like, like upsetting her. And the dad went and he choked her. Like he put her in a headlock, y'all. He put her in a headlock. Hello, Dominique. How are you? Yeah, he put her in a headlock, and he attempted to me, he attempted to unalive her because even after they got her out of his arms the first time, he went and grabbed her again and did it again. So what does that seem like to you? To me, that is definitely him trying to unalive her. Or he would have just let that go. He would have just like let that go. Yeah. So and when they do, in my as far as what I've heard about it, I feel like they do things like that where they do it in private. They don't just do it outright. When it's something to do with the honor unaliving or honor punishing, okay, they don't do it in public. They're going to do it in private. They're not public like that when it comes to Muslims and things like that. Allegedly. I don't know for sure because this is just things that I've heard and seen for myself. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, so they're back, you guys. They're back. Hey, Time, how are you? Thank you for coming through. Hello. All right, you guys, here we go. Let me turn it on so y'all can hear it. Come on, where's it at? There we go.
Multiple sentences to run concurrently for the death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. This after he pled no contest to first-degree murder, but he also
yes.
guilty to multiple
yes, SP, yes.
Stearns has now admitted to
SCP, I'm sorry, SCP.
For years, including
yes.
before she was 12 years old, before ultimately killing her and then disposing of her body. Joining us now with all the latest from today's CNN.
She was unalived. She was unalived after her birthday. Sad. So sad.
Please, what can you share with us about this hearing?
Good afternoon, Ashley. It was a
well, I'm not in the UK. They're not in the UK. That's not in the UK where that happened.
Jen Soto, Madeline's mother. That was very intriguing to me, considering that this is her daughter who is now deceased at the hands of the man now convicted with her murder. But with those proceedings today, began with the judge showing both of those plea forms.
Yeah, she had just turned 13, y'all. On her 13th day after her 13th birthday, he unalived her.
His trial rights, of course, his defense team didn't discuss any competency with Stearns at all. He was able to give this information, put those pleas in on his own accord. And of course, we know he pled no contest to the murder. He pled guilty to the sex crimes as well. And Ashley, what was the most moving part of today's proceedings were the victim impact statements. We got a written statement from Madeline's.
Wow, that's crazy. Yes, this is American news. Yes, this is in the U.S.
With Madeline and Jen at the time that Madeline was ultimately murdered. We heard from Madeline's father, who talked about how it's been such a struggle. He said he had a strained relationship with Madeline, because life gets in the way. Of course, he wasn't with Madeline's mother, but he talked about how this death is different from any death that he's dealt with in his life because it continues to get worse and not get better with time as people experience.
That's sad.
And then also, we heard from Stearns himself talking about how he misses Madeline and how Madeline's death has torn his family apart. So that was just very strange name from him.
Yeah, that is strange.
Of course, we now know
Because you're the sicko that did this to that poor little girl.
life without parole to
Wow.
run for both the murder and those sex crimes, actually.
All right, Cody, I must ask you this because the judge we know did say, and I'm sure you listened to it inside the courtroom. We were watching, listening along.
If anybody has been following this and they heard it, did you guys hear if she was pregnant or not?
A statement
Because there was an interview with the mom, and she stated that the daughter has not been
as the mother.
using her
Nothing linked to Jen
menstrual products monthly.
She wasn't there. No statement read on behalf. Again, in this version,
Yeah, I know they don't last.
now, no longer
And I hope he doesn't either.
statement read. There was a lot of tears in court today. Of course, as those victim impacts were read, tears among people in the gallery, but nothing from Jen Soto whatsoever.
Oh, Cody Thomas, thank
I mean, to me, I'm sorry, eye for an eye. Like they unalive somebody, they should be unalived as well. I don't think they should be able to live on when people are not being able to live on because they don't took their lives. Like for, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
handle being present, but you can have a statement read into the record, or some of the other relatives did. Could it be as perhaps because an attorney has said, probably better you say nothing because potentially you might face charges?
I think that's probably exactly right.
They're about to give them the sentencing, but so far they have said possibility without parole, so life without parole. Not without, not possibly parole, but without. He's going to get life without possibility of parole.
And she didn't do that now. And it's really heartbreaking to see that in every potential opportunity that she had to speak up for her daughter, she never did.
Never.
And I know that as
Hey, John Paul.
our intern working in the office of the child advocate, we saw the worst of the worst. And I think for both of us watching people not take
This is her mom right here.
and watching someone who
This is when they asked her about it.
act like he's the victim.
This is the interview when they asked her about her menstrual.
Protect your children, protect your children. You and I both have always advocated for that. Josh, I see you nodding along. I want you to weigh in. Keeping
Look at this one. He's so silly and goofy looking all the time. I'm just saying,
she would
to me,
she would been
my opinion on that one.
exhausted, and that she would tell Madeline to go sleep in the room with Stephan Stearns. And when you hear that, that's what makes you
Yeah,
oh God,
same here.
should have done better.
And you hear it, and the bad part of my brain goes, oh my goodness, that's just the biggest betrayal. And then the other part of me goes, Josh, hey, kids sleep in bed with their parents at all kinds of ages, and depending on your family, that could be absolutely normal. What I like that Madeline's talking about is the key concept my mentor, the great Jerry Spence, if you don't know who he is, go look him up, talks about how every trial is a story of betrayal. And mom not showing up at sentencing, it's yet again
That's horrible.
of the betrayal.
Mom not showing at her own daughter's unaliving ex-boyfriend or his boyfriend. I don't know if they're still together or not, but her man is the one that did it, and she didn't even show up for the sentencing. That's crazy.
Child with the rest of the
She knows she has something to do with it, allegedly. I have to say allegedly, even though I believe she did have something to do with it. I'm just saying. This is my opinion, my thoughts, my opinion. She had something to do with it.
fears if there were going to be prosecutions, because
If I remember correctly, he was doing this to her since she was 9 years old. So that's like what? Going on 4 years, okay? So how in the heck you didn't know? And you're the one who allowed him to stay in the room with her.
Because I absolutely agree with you. And to your point, Josh, we know it's not against the law to sleep with your child in the same bed. And we also know that at the end of the day, people are good. People should be trusting. So perhaps she naively trusted her boyfriend would never do anything to her.
Wait, lady, I know you're not excusing the mother. Are you kidding me right now? Wow.
All I could think about, Madeline, was
It's nuts.
in a similar circumstance, which is some of the families were fine with him taking a plea off the table when he pled guilty. Some of the families, victims in that case were not okay.
He didn't plead guilty to the unaliving. He only pleaded guilty to, look, you guys, he said no contest on the unaliving and a plea guilty on the, him putting his hands on the girl, okay, on Madeline. But as far as the unaliving of her, he said no contest.
That aspect of it really frustrates me.
Seriously?
We had all this time and all these resources put into a case where he was just going to admit that he did what he did anyways. Very frustrating for all the parties involved. I think also here, when it comes to Koberger, if I were any of those parents, I too would be very frustrated. But what my colleague has said here, Joshua, about using the death penalty as a bargaining chip, I think is very smart, saying that it worked in the way that it was supposed to.
Yeah, but they don't need to be giving them that. The possibilities of being able to get out of being in the DP. I've noticed both judges, they did that to Kohlberg, right? Brian Kohlberg, and now they're doing it to him. They're allowing him to get off of DP by saying he, you know, they're entering a plea. So that way they don't get DP. That's just crazy for me. I don't get it. Oh, see, this is the honor, and look at that, attempted honor unaliving. That's the other one. All right, let me go ahead and mute this before I get some kind of copyright. There we go. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh boy. Why are people so evil? I just don't get it. Why people are so evil? Okay, so it looks like that's it. The sentencing is done because they're just now getting ready to go to the attempted unaliving with the honor killing thing. Oops, unaliving. Oops, I said it. I wasn't supposed to say it. Yeah. The honor, attempting honor unaliving. I don't know if we could say that word or not. YouTube's strange with that stuff. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to give it a couple of more minutes and then I'm going to get off. I'm going to give it almost 3 minutes, and I'm about 3 minutes about to get off, you guys. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Please hit that like. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody that's in here, please hit that like. Appreciate it. Thank you. Boy. Hello, Sean. How are you? Hello, Ghost. How are you? Please hit the like. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're about to get back on it. I'm waiting for the commercial part of it to, you know, for them to come back from the commercial. So I don't know when they're going to let us know, or if they even going to let us know, because she was a child, and I don't know if they're going to let us know if she was actually pregnant or not. But the mom said, this is the third time I've said this on the live. The mom said she wasn't using her menstrual products, okay? So if she wasn't using them, then what's going on? Either she was having a medical problem at the time, or she was pregnant. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly, y'all. I'm saying allegedly. Hit the like, please. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Should be coming on soon. They got the, look, we'll be back thing already. So, we'll see how this goes. I hope y'all not getting dizzy. Are y'all getting dizzy looking at this? How about I just show this until the commercial comes back? Or not the commercial, till the show comes back. The news. broadcast, whatever you want to call it. Oh, boy. I'm just waiting for them to come on so we can go ahead and I'm about to get off as soon as they tell us what they're doing next, because if they're doing the new information on the other different case, then I'm gonna get off. I just want to make sure that it's, yeah, see, they're on the attempted unaliving. See, the honor and attempted living. So I'm assuming that's it, you guys. So he's getting life sentence without parole, because he, no contest on the unaliving part of it. But I'm not talking about this case. The other on Madeline Soto, the unaliving of Madeline Soto. All right, you guys, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. See ya. Bye. Thank you for coming through. And for those who are going to be watching later, bye.